like because he doesn't want to be on the website. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, what I care. I care about getting my book turned on. I care about learning some PP. So I learned grind metal hours on end to little and no avail. Hi, and welcome back to the Zip No Sense. Yeah, I just see where that was. So I was looking at it before and I was like, that's stupid too. Totally don't need to do that. You know, I saw in the book where it's from, and the example in the book is equally stupid. So go to go. And today we are going into what and exception. You like what I did there? You like what I did there? Using the double ampersand. Because the single ampersand and it's a bitwise operator or the reference operator. Get it? That's a C++ joke. Yeah. Yeah. Why is my microphone so quiet? What? Plugged in. Turned on. Pointing at my face. Hello? Hello? Hold on a second. Did I do something? Did I? I did. Can anyone remember what this looked like before? Gosh. Uh. Hello? Is that better? Is that me back? I don't know. Oh, fuck. You know, I can't tell because I don't have monitoring on. Do you know what? Oh my god. No. Wait. I go here, and then I go to this, and then I go to filters. I don't know what I did here. I don't know what's going on here. Turn the analyzer off? No? Turn the audio listen off? No? like on and now it's lucky. Oh, it doesn't let you save it. Welcome to the audio troubleshooting segment of the show. What the fuck have I done? Oh, hello. Oh, I'm back. No, I pressed some button. I pressed some button. I pressed some button and then I have unpressed some button apparently. Is that good? Oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. I gotta. Sorry. Let me. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna listen to myself. Monitor and output, maybe? No? Hello? Hello! Ah! Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, that sounds fine. Sorry about that, everybody. I just, before we continue, if there is the possibility that I can mouth add. Sorry, this feature saving custom presets is not available in this edition of the plugin. Please upgrade the mail and media upload technologies. Okay, fuck. Fuck off. Stop opening my browser, alright? Can I just, like, lock it? Can I... Wait, is this, Oh, that's, So I hope they're settings. Oh my god! Where's stream materials these days? Is it an E? Yeah, it's an E, okay. And this is gonna be... I'll, Don't know what I'd do. I do not know what I will do. I'm just gonna continue with the stream, seeing how we fix that problem. I don't know why that problem happened, but it did happen. Now it's fixed. Welcome to the mouth noise stream. Something that only really works with a microphone that's been boosted like this is the mouth noise stuff. Some people might not appreciate it, but I find it's stupid. It makes me cringe when I watch it too. Don't worry, like it's meant to be that way. It's a thing. Anyway. We are on 5.6 of the C++ primer. Sorry about that fucking intro, guys. Some days stuff just goes wrong and you got to fix it there and then, otherwise it does not get fixed. Exceptions to runtime anomalies, such as losing a database connection or encountering an unexpected input, they exist outside the normal functioning of a program call. Dealing with anomalous behavior can be one of the most difficult parts of designing any system. Yep, correct, it is. And even today in the professional environment where people are paid money to develop software for embedded hardware, they still can't get that right. And their stuff crashes all the frickin' time. For stupid reasons, you know, just basic data input, but it's expecting a different data, and then it gets the old data, gets the new data, it compares them. The new data is wildly out of spec to the old data that it's expecting, and it just crumples into dust. Exception handling is generally used when part of a program detects a problem that cannot resolve the problem, such as the problem being detected, part of the program cannot continue. Cool. In such cases, we do stuff. Needs the signal that something happened, can't continue. Yep. Detecting part needs a way to signal the problem without knowing what part of the problem to deal with. The exceptional. What? Throw exceptions, which the detecting part uses to indicate that it encountered something it can't handle. We say that a throw raises an exception. Okay. Try blocks, which the handling part uses to deal with an exception. A try block starts with the keyword try and ends with one or more catch clauses. Exceptions thrown from code executed inside a try block are usually handled by one of the catch clauses because they handle the exception. Catch clauses are also known as exception handlers. Okay. Okay. A simple example, recall the program in 1.5.2. Added two objects of sales item. The program checked whether the records referred to the same book or not. It printed a message existed. Yes. A more realistic program, the part that adds the objects might be separated from the part that manages the interaction with the user. Aren't they the same part though? If item, oh, here we go. So yeah, we have if item1.isbn does not equal item2.isbn, throw runtime underscore error, data must refer to the same ISBN. And then if they don't do that, see out item 1 plus item 2. It's good. ISBNs differ, throw an exception, blah blah blah, runtime error. Throwing an exception terminates the current function, transfers control to a handler that will know how to handle this error. Type runtime error is one of the standard library types and is defined in the standard except header. I'll have more to say about these types in 5.6.3. Must initialize a runtime error by giving it a string or C-style character string. Okay. That provides additional information about the problem. That's cool. So you can add an error message. Very nice. The try block, try program statements, catch exception declaration handler statements, catch exception declaration handler statements, etc. A try block begins with the word try, followed by a block which, as usual, is a sequence of statements enclosed by curly braces. Cool. Following the try block is a list of one or more catch clauses. Catch clause consists of 3 parts: the keyword catch, declaration, and a block. When a catch is selected to handle an exception, the associated block is executed. That's fine. I think I'm missing a page. I think I'm missing a page here. Whoa. Double oh. My elbow cups give me grief today. Just ignore it. So while cin item 1, item 2 try what? I think there's meant to be code there. Catch runtime error. Remind the user that the ISBNs must match and prompt for another pair. See out error.what brackets and try again. Enter Y or N char C. Cin C if not Cin or C is equal to N, break. Oh, it has the code. I want to be like, I think I missed something here, but I think there's just a page or just a couple of lines just missing. Okay. So if you have a try statement that calls a function that has a try statement in it, and the nested try statement throws an error but has no catch within itself, the error will then try against the catches of the first try statement. Interesting. If no appropriate catch is found, execution is transferred to a library function named terminate. The behavior of that function is system dependent, but it is guaranteed to stop further execution of the program. Critical errors. Exceptions that occur in programs that do not define any try blocks are handled in the same manner. After all, if there are no try blocks, there can be no handlers. If a program has no try blocks and an exception occurs, then terminate is called and the program is executed. Caution, writing exception-safe code is hard. Yep. Standard exceptions. Here we go. The exception header defines the most general kind of exception class named exception. It communicates only that an exception occurred but provides no additional information. And the standard exception header defines several general purpose exception classes which are listed in table 5.1. Here we go. Exception. Runtime error. Problem that can be detected only at runtime. Range error. Runtime error. Result generated the range of values that outside of the range of values that are meaningful. Overflow error. Runtime error. Computation that overflowed. Underflow error. Runtime error. Computation that underflowed. Logic error. Error in the logic of a program. Domain error. Logic error argument for which no results exist. Invalid argument. Logic error. Inappropriate argument. Length error. Logic error. Attempt to create an object larger than the maximum size for that type. Out of range. Logic error. Use the value outside the valid range. The new header defines the bad alloc exception type, which we cover in 12.1.2. Jesus. The type info header defines the bad cast exception type we cover in 19.2. Those are like 300 pages and 700 pages ahead of us, respectively. So yeah, we're about a fifth of the way through this book. We can only default initialize exception and bad alloc and bad cast objects. It's not possible to provide an initializer of objects of these exception types. Other exception types have the opposite behavior. We can initialize those objects from either a string or a C-style string, but we cannot default initialize them. When we create objects of any of these execution types, we're going to supply initializer. Okay. That initializer is used to provide initial information about what error occurred. Great. Contents of the C-style string, that what returns depends on the type of exception object. The types you take the string initializer, the what function that what returns that string. For other types, the value of the string that what returns varies by the compiler. Fantastico. So we're on to the exercises 5.2.3. Write a program that reads two integers from the standard input, prints the result dividing the first number by the second. I think we can do that. So
I just put a tab in that? No? The keyboard just hit the spacebar 8 times. Is it commas or? Yay! So can't remember how to do this properly. Something like that. Nope, that is. Hey, there we go. You gotta change them to floats before you divide them. Not change the value of the division into floats. How'd you make a function again? Sorry. Struct. I don't want structs. No. Sharp define float vision. Float vision. Int. No, seriously, I've forgotten how to I've forgotten how to make a flippin' yeah, you gotta initialize these. That's what I was missing. In A, in B. Float F. F equals float A divided by float B. I types the name of the value returned by the fun. Oh, so you don't need sharp define. Boy. Boy. Huh. I don't get it. I do not get it. So this shouldn't have any errors. Let's see what Visual Studio expect. Yeah, it expected a colon. Identify alpha is unidentified. It's right there. It's literally right there. It wants a semicolon. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Oh, okay. Okay, no. Help. Is it because you can't use the word float? What types can you return? A floating point value can be returned from a method with an integer return type. In the upcoming, we're going to return a float value from a method with a long return type. Oh. Well, that's not helpful. I want the other knowledge. I want you to tell me how to do. We have to use a double, do we? I don't know what's going on here. Something done fucked up. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. It says it's expecting a semicolon while I'm trying to declare a function. Fuck out of here. Oh, do you know what it is? Do you know exactly what it is? Do you want to know exactly what this is? That's right, I was trying to declare it in main. I was using the big brain. What did I even call that function? Divide float. So now that's pretty pog. Functions are your friends, kids. Functions are your friends. Anyway, we did that. Did it twice, in fact. Revise your program to throw an exception if the second number is 0. Test your program with a 0 input to see what happens on your system if you don't catch an exception. In fact, let's try it without even the try. Inf. I like how it didn't actually potato. I like how it told us that it was inf. I guess we should write that up here, really. How'd you write a try? There's one example. So is that right? No. Try block requires at least one handler. Well, played you there, didn't I, Buck? Go to the table of the boys. Runtime error. then gotta initialize that. Ooh. What? Am I doing the exercises from the book C++ Primer? I'm doing the exercises from the book C++ Primer. It might be nice for some people, but this is... I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I don't think it really matters what edition you're using. There's not that much that changes in C++ year to year. That's why it's Oh, my TV does have dynamic brightness. Ah, that's cute. Sorry. The book. I don't know. I think I've got a bad copy. I think there's some stuff missing from my copy. But I have no idea what I am meant to be putting into a try block. Compound statement handler sequence. Great, where handler sequence is a sequence of one or more handlers which have the following syntax. Catch, catch, catch. Type specify sequence declarator compound statement. Type specify sequence abstract declarator compound statement. Compound statement. Like, what the hell is going on here, man? You're reading from archive.org. Okay. Oh, that's fine, I guess. I mean, knowledge is knowledge. As I said, C++ hasn't changed a lot in a long time. Even the version 5 isn't that up to date. I mean, it's not that new. It's a few years old now, right? And I mean, you know, people are always writing new libraries and functions for C++, but the basics, the core mechanics of C++, and the core mechanics and the core basic structures of C, they're not going to change much. Using the 5th edition from 2002. Oh, 2012, sorry. That's new enough. 8 years. Ain't nothing going to happen in 8 years. I think I'm using the 5th edition. We might be looking at the same book here. So do you know about try statements? Right. Oh, okay, I think I get it. Not yet. It's still in the first chapter. Great. First chapter's not so bad. I had already done some C++ before I started the first chapter, so it wasn't that bad. But be warned, the 5th edition, it gets a bit crazy with how it teaches you stuff. It gets a bit crazy in the order in which it goes through things. So we have try, function f, catch. Okay, so I think what we need to do. It's really weird how the dynamic brightness makes the screen brighter if there's white things on it and darker if it's dark things, because it should be the other way around, because white things are going to show up better without a backlight. Yes, this is in the wrong place. All this. What we need is if b is equal to 0, throw runtime error. Throw runtime error 0. Why you red? Why you red text? Runtime error. Type name is not allowed. Base runtime error. Remove semicolon at the end of the previous token. It's but hard to read because the fonts are a little small. If you could increase the fonts a little bit, it would be better to read on the stream. Oi! Oi! I guess there's a lot of space here. Hold on. The things we do for our lovely studio audience. Oh, no. Hello, hello. A little bit better for you, buddy. I'll make it a little bit smaller then, if I don't need to increase it that much. Ah! A little bit smaller. Just a bit. I can make it I can make it smaller because it's still too big. I do not like OBS sometimes. It's actually, I'm gonna, for God's sake, I had a handle. If only I could show you what I'm seeing right now. So I grab a handle to move it around. In fact, that's important information. We'll leave that there. And it grabs the layer underneath, and it's just like, why you gotta be this way? You know what I'm saying? It's good now. I'm gonna stop editing it because I've got to learn how to do type name is not allowed. Remove runtime error. What is this? Ooh. Let me just read the book. Let me just read the book real quick. What page am I reading? My PDF reader says it's page 260, but I'm likely to quantify that. I think the PDF reader doesn't take into account any Roman numerals. Like, so the front cover, the preface, the introduction, the contents, none of that is numbered pages. So I'd take off like 30 or 40 pages from that. I'm on, like, if you also have an EPUB or something, you can do a search. I'm on section 5.6.1. If you want to go that deep into it, just, Control F and then 5.6.1, and it should bring you up a couple of little bleeples. But I was just trying to work out how you do the thing, and runtime error. Runtime error. There you go. There you go. Mm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We don't want that. I mean, we do, but we want it eventually. Found it. Hey! Archive org interface sucks. That's a shame. Is there not like a... Had to do a search. Hey, what's up? Commander thrashed in? Yes. Yes is correct. Runtime error, divide by 0, boys. We made it. This is the big leagues. So I need to read it online. You can't download the book because they only borrow it. Aww. Shame. Why C++, by the way? Well, if you look at the info panel, I don't know if you're on a phone or a PC, it does not tell me that information. But if you look on the info panel, you'll see I have a little itch.io. And if you click on the itch.io button, you'll find out that I'm developing a video game in the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine is a visual scripting language for C++ and can receive regular C++. So it started out as me trying to learn Unreal Engine by Example as a book by Pact called Unreal Engine by Example. Fairly cheap and accessible book that everyone can access for cheap. I'm sure you can afford it. It's like a couple of $. I don't know. But I was going through that, and the first project is fine. Barrel Boys. We got through that. It was beautiful. We had ragdolls, we had respawns, we had score, we had timer, we had game over screen, we had reset, we had a 6 sunset, we had green barrels, we had cyberpunk fucking floors and shit, and the texture that I spent years copying from Destiny 1 into a 2K. The Hive. Do you know? Did you play Destiny 1? Play Destiny with the Hive, the tiles and the moon, and the moon base and the hellmouth, the hexagonal tiles. I made that texture for CS:GO, and I'm so proud. I use it in every project. Like I didn't make it for Destiny 1. You understand that? I looked at it and then I created it in Photoshop. Anyway, I'm just trying to learn the C++ because it's helpful. And I'm trying to learn how to send an error message. And I'm trying to learn how to handle an error message. By the way, 5.6.2, the try block is page 194 in the book. Yeah, as I said, 194, 260. So that's 66 pages. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, yeah. So I'm 66 pages ahead of where the quote unquote book starts. The book numbering is fantastic. Thank you for that information. That is. I'll try. I'm gonna write that down somewhere. Can I just like put a note on this? Can I just like freehand? No, that's a bad idea. I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. I got a pad of paper here. PDF Reader is good. It's just Acrobat. It's just Acrobat Reader. You know, it is just Acrobat Reader. Now I need a pen. Excellent. I've made a note of that. Just I only ask because whenever I see someone studying program, I have a language to recommend. He's gonna be like,
"Y'all should get on the Python train. Python's the best programming language ever. Python's so good to read. Python's so legible. Python's really good for data sciences."
Python's also real fat. It does. Sorry, I'm just assuming you're gonna recommend Python. Please go. No, I don't want to cut you off or be pretentious. It's making it funny. No. Uh-oh. C++ for big boys. Yes. The big boys. Don't think you'll need it even since you have a specific goal. No, but please tell. Please tell. There's other people here now. You can tell them. I would go Golang or Rust. Lol. Yeah. Heard that Rust evangelism is a lot. Lol. I don't even know what Rust is. Rust's a video game. Let me present you something new. Please present. You recommend Lisp. Common Lisp. Like Chris Eubanks? Ooh, hello. Lisp. Programming. Lisp programming is a family of programming languages with a long history and a distinctive fully parentheses prefix notation. Originally specified in 1958, is the second oldest high-level programming language in widespread use today. Only Fortran is older by 1 year. What is Lisp used for? For list processing. Programming language that was designed for easy manipulation of data strings, developed in 1959 by John McCarthy, is common use language for artificial intelligence programming, one of the oldest programming languages still in relatively wide use. Okay. Isn't Fortran that really crusty stuff that real brain boys use? Nibistoneg Nope. Thanks for the follow. So my program works, but there's a problem here. I want a scientific program. Fortran is good for number crunching. Ah, I see. Yeah. Rust is really hot now. It's the most favorite language in Stack Overflow at the moment. General purpose. Ignore that bull about AI. Okay. Making games in C# or other languages should be illegal. But Unity is like, isn't Unity C++ C#? And like everyone makes games on that. And like Unreal C++. And like way back when, because the next language to try to learn is Golang. Really, I'd like a computer language which has a better integration with a GPU. I would like a computer language that can offload the CPU instructions to the GPU. I'm sure you can probably do that in C++. It's like Rust is good, but it's not good. It's like C++++++33. And they do a lot of things by being insanely specific and ugly. I don't think this is the way. Unity C# games are trash. Hey! I mean, I'm not offended. I haven't made any Unity games in C#. But C++, very good for memory efficiency. Big malloc, strong boy. C++ 33 isn't the latest one. C++ 20. Yes, C++ 20. He's saying Rust is like C++ 33 times. C with 38 pluses at the end. Of course, the current C release, whatever you want to call it, is named after the year that it was released in, which is the current year. At least I hope that's what he's saying. I'm sometimes I go too far. Does anyone here know how I can name my runtime error? Okay. It's just two specific features with their own syntax and all just stacks on top of each other. Yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, in C++, that's what you get when you write a code, because you make your own specific features. Or like, I'm doing it right now. I'm making a function to do this asinine fucking. It looks nice though. Performance should be main thing. Performance is always main thing. C++ is big performance coding language. That's why it's good for games. That's why we use it to make games with. Because you can oh, well, yeah, but C Sharp's a fork of C++, isn't it? C Sharp's a C related, isn't it? I'm gonna Wikipedia that one as well. The C Sharps. C Sharp. General purpose multi-paradigm programming language encompasses strong typing, lexicoscoped, imperative, declarative, functional, generic, object-oriented, class-based, and component-oriented programming disciplines. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I like the idea. The theory behind Rust. The implementation is kind of bad. Sorry, Rustaceans. Performance is one of the main things. If it was the thing, y'all would be writing in ASM non-stop, which you don't do. Yes, we don't write in assembly because shit's hard to read. Okay, so performance is always the main thing, but the performance of the coder and the performance of the other people reading and writing the code with the coder is part of that. There you go. Has to be interpretable by humans before compilation. You know, that's why we have. And even C++ is hard to read at times. But that's not down to C++ itself as an engine. That's down to people writing things that look like this, that have no explanations or no comments, no nothing. That allows me to make a case for Lisp. God damn it. Which is by itself a bit slower than C++. Well, I don't want you to down talk on your own languages, you know, because you can always get in there, you can always decompile and put a screwdriver inside of it and do what you want with the assembly code. Assembly code is going to look the same no matter what you compile from, right? You can always just change a byte here or a bit there. It's going to be bits, isn't it? It's not going to be bytes. What do I want to do? Oh yeah, name runtime error throw C++. This book is great, but it's also stupid. Like, it doesn't tell you any of this stuff. I swear I've got a bad file. But the production speed, production speed is omega. That's what you. Stack Overflow. Deal with it. Whoosh. Throwing a runtime error. Using namespace standard, int area, in return, whatever, inline, whatever, system pause, return, exit, success. Okay. There is no error there. Oh, this is the snippet of code he's trying to implement. He wants to include an error. Okay. Haha. Throw runtime error S. Oh, right. You just name it here. 0. 0? No, you don't. Oh, right. Inline void error const string and s. Why has it got to be like this? Why has it got to be so difficult? I'm sorry, I'm hiding the chat underneath this. Imagine making competitive game with C#. I mean, honestly, I've never even looked at C#, so I couldn't tell you why it's good or bad. Throw runtime error. Identify 0 is undefined. Should I rust or should I go? So I mean, yeah, it's always a big thing actually. You should Lisp. Oh my god. This is best. This is best. But it's always something in the back of my mind, thinking about making something like even CS:GO, something like CS:GO, coding a thing that's CS:GO. Most of the actual video gameplay is fine. You don't even really need to think about that. Most of the important weird stuff that's gonna get crazy for making a competitive online first person high frame rate shooty thing, it's gonna be netcode mostly. And then after netcode, how fast it runs.
I want to pay my bills.
Oh god. See, this is why I don't aim to code serious programs, software. I aim to code the video game. Because video game can be broke as hell and people still pay for it. I have more than 5k in that game. I was global elite. I only have like 1.3k and I was not global elite. Highest I got to was Master Guardian. I'm a silver 2 now. That's how far I've come. Lisp is an amazing language, but who is employing Lisp programmers nowadays? I don't know anyone who employs a Lisp programmer. I don't know anyone who employs a programmer. I don't know any programmers. Sorry, I'm the only one. I talked to my friends. I asked my friends, hey guys, do you want to get together and make video games together? And you know what? They fucking said no. I know like 3 big companies and several small ones. Okay. Most people I see want C++, Python, Java, HTML. That's it. Oh, they don't even want HTML these days, do they? Depends what you're doing, really. Ruby. Ruby's a big one too. Or it was, like 5 years ago. Just because something isn't popular doesn't make my jump on the hype train. I hope that makes sense. I left that game because networking system and aspect ratio changes. Oh man, aspect ratio changes. I like how I still haven't got an answer to my goddamn question here. So first, I don't know how your program is compiling. You need to include standard exception, which, yeah, we haven't included that either. I believe that's in standard now. It's just in the standard library, isn't it? C++, Python, JavaScript, Java, Ruby, PHP, C, C++, and Kotlin. Ah, yeah, Kotlin. Yeah, that's popular. Kotlin is popular. I need another monitor just like here so I can keep even more stuff just on my desktop at the same time. Running out of room here. Oh, hello. Did my phone just turn off? How dare you? My phone just turned itself off. It's fine. There's something wrong with the power button. I actually have a new power button. There. On top of my copper tape. Name runtime error C++. How do you throw an error? Throwing an exception, throw a statement, you specify the exception object you want to throw. If the exception includes a message which is human readable error description, can be related to problems with user server backend. That's Java. Fuck off. How to throw working C++. Throw expression accepts one parameter, in this case a value, integer value 20, which is passed an argument exception handler. Blah 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 blah. Blue 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 blue. Sweet baby Jesus. Oh, I'm just screaming at the thought of what is a finally block? What the? Maybe we should include standard exception. Standard accept. So you can't name it there. So you... No. Include. No include. Either error or memory. I'm not sure. This is gonna be like 2 weeks ago when a guy was like, "Oh, you just write this." Yeah, no, wait, no, write this. Yeah, no, wait, no, and no, write this. No, yeah, no, write this. And then we ended up with some fucking bullshit that I couldn't even read. Is it this one? God, where's it gone? It was so stupid. He was just like, yeah, you almost got it. Wait, what are you trying to do? Yeah, you almost got it. Wait, what are you trying to do? Oh, wait, you should be able to see the answer now. What? It's gone. It's gone. It's lost forever. Statements? No? Jump statements. I've lost it. It's gone. Here, the latest Stack Overflow survey, if you are interested. That says 2019 on it, dude. Look for most wanted. Oh, wait. So you included exception and it didn't work. I included standard accept. It works. No. It works. It works, but in the book it says you can have an exception with a name, then the name has a label, a string label. But I can't name the exception. It's just runtime error, right? Throw runtime error. Data must refer to the same ISBN. And then try, and then you have catch, runtime error, error, ERR, like as if it has a name. If you want your own exception, you need to make it and inherit from runtime error. Oh, what? Also, CPP reference says it's exception, not standard accept. Barata Toxica, back me up. We've got old books. We're studying the ancient knowledge. Also, it works without including. Watch. Like, I can just delete that. And there's no red text. There's red text there because there's red text there because I'm stupid. So it's a string, right? If that's not the name of the thing, that's the name that it has in the thing. Insights.stackoverflow.com. Survey 2019 most loved, dreaded, and wanted. Yes, I'm following the book too. He's following the book too, and he's got this cheesy little grin boy. What a crazy. Ashfred, you can get away with standard accept as well. Dog, look, I just deleted it. My program runs fine. Y'all don't need anything. Yeah, that's the language. Welcome to C++, everybody. Shit. Shit's fuck. Yeah, because you haven't really deleted it. It's just... It's in one of these, isn't it? It's in standard IO, maybe? It's still there in some other header. It probably is still in one of those headers, yes. So, you know what? Just... What did you say it was? Exception. We'll include exception. In fact, multiple. It's probably in all of these, isn't it? Because they've all got errors to handle. Really, they should just put that in core C++ so they stop adding it to the top of the programs. Anyway, so we have throw runtime error 0. You can delete CC type, I think. I do not think you can. Nobody includes that. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm gonna leave it there because this is like a scratch pad. As you can see, I write a new program basically every week on this one document because I'm lazy. Making a new document in Visual Studio is just a horrible process. Like coding in Visual Studio, writing program in Visual Studio, very nice. But making a new project in Visual Studio is just it's horrible. Sure. It's not doing any harm being there. Now, do you want your own kind of error? I want a runtime error. I want a runtime error with a name. Okay, wait a sec. Let me make a sketch. I'm a simple man. I just use Vim without any bells or whistles. I like to type 4 spaces. No! We have a button to type 4 spaces for you. It's called tab. Where's my \n? I use Emacs. Let's fight. Oh god. It's a capital N, that's why.
Don't use tab, it's heresy.
Barata Toxica, thank you for the follow. If you're interested, I do these streams every Monday, but no other time. I have 3 stream days at the moment. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sundays and Tuesdays are for video games. Mondays are for hardcore stuff like this, which no one really likes. It's better conversations on Mondays, but no one has fun. It's like clawing your eyes out. So you're telling me I have to make my own error. I have to make my own error if I want a runtime error. But in this book it has catch bracket runtime underscore error error, the name of the runtime error. And then it has cout err.what. And I want to know how the fuck they did that. Because it does not say in the book anywhere. They're like, oh, just name it, dude. You can't name it. I tried that. I'm getting real angry about this. Real angry. Object within parentheses referred to as an exception declaration and a block. Catch runtime error. Throw 20. Expression accepts one parameter, in this case integer value 20, which is passed as an argument to the exception handler. Oh, what? Wait, can I just wait, what? In try throw 20, catch in E. What? Cout an exception occurred, exception ner. Do I just throw a string? OMG, how do you share code? You don't. I understand how frustrating it is that you can't just like show me some code and be like, hey buddy, check this out. Am I on page 197? I'm on page 197, 257, 263, 261. You can go down to 263, sure. If no appropriate catch is found, execution is transferred to a library function named terminate. Struct named error public standard runtime error explicit named error const standard string and what? You figure out the indentation. Lamau. Just a simple copy paste in there and probably work out. Paste the pane. Then you can do like be easier to read. No, I want it to be hard to read. But does that go outside of main? Yeah, this goes up here, right? Oh, stop typing! It's gonna disappear from my screen. Whoop. Struct named error public standard runtime error. Do not need that. Don't think we need that. Explicit named error. Struct named error. Just call it div0. Throw named error description. Yes. Div0. Div0. Const standard string and what? Public standard runtime error, yes. Explicit div0 constant standard string and what? Where does my string go? Hold on. Hold up. Where does my string go? Public STT runtime error, explicit div0 const standard string and what? Please put everything after brackets on a next line. Okay. Like that? That looks weird. Why'd you have a semicolon after the curly braces? Oh. Because it's a struct. Yes. I was looking at a struct earlier today. Within the last hour. Wait. You haven't touched any objects yet. Yes. Look. There's two structs there. In fact, there's a struct in here somewhere. I made it for iterative statements. Yeah, word count. Ah, yeah, this is where the stupid... There it is!
You gotta use this code that the book hasn't even told you about yet.
There was a friendly guy who did not follow me, so I can't call him out on that. But a friendly guy gave me some code for what was probably an asinine piece of code, and I boosted it. It went to 11. We haven't got any tabs here. What the heck is going on? Get over there. Yes. No. Get out. I can explain that, but maybe you should just go at your own pace. Yes, I know what it does. Don't worry, we went through it together, like on the stream. You can check the VOD if you really want to, if you want to find out what happened there. Maybe I'll check the VOD one day and find out what happened there. What's going on here? So struct div0 public standard runtime error. Explicit div0 const standard string and what? I get this, right? So we're making a struct div 0. So we're making an object div 0 which inherits from public standard runtime error. So it's a runtime error object, right? Explicit div 0 const standard string and what? And I get that the error message stored within runtime error is runtime error.what brackets, but where does my string go? Where does my error message go in this scenario? That's all I want to know. And with that knowledge, I will have unlocked probably nothing. It goes in. Yes, it. I did not make enough coffee for this. It goes in. Throw div 0. Oh. Right. Right. It goes in the it goes in here. Oh. See out. That's no. This can't be this. See out. So we can just do no. Can't do that. Yep, just started to learn C++ yesterday. Still learning about while and for loops. Talk about I want to pay my bills with me on Lisp topic. Yep, just started C++ today. Yep, because I read a lot about what languages companies most want. Okay. Thanks God I'm still learning about while and for loops. While and for loops, man, they so easy. They so easy. Oh, 2 overloads, search function. Potential fixes. Function definition for div 0 not found. Uh-oh. Did I break your code? Was I not meant to change that one? The one on the inside? No, I've lost it now. Oh no. Named error, public standard runtime, explicit named. No, that is no. That's how it is meant to be. That is the named error. It's just not defined. No, it's just I wrote it, but I forgot to implement it. Yeah, sharp if and def div 0. Something like that. You can guess what should be inside. What? No! You said if it wasn't defined? You said it wasn't. No if defs. Struct div 0 public standard runtime error explicit div 0 const standard string and what? Sweet Jesus. Why would you go that low? There's a lot of words which have multiple meanings in C++ and it makes me angry. Too few arguments in function call. Let's get rid of that real quick. Struct div 0 type name is not allowed. of div 0. I'm just gonna look at the bucket a second. I've done something stupid. Nope, we've gone too far. Oh. No, what? No, cause we're we're at the same position. We're at the same position we were like a second ago. We have catch runtime error. It's not a. What is not a? It's how they've written it here. Field inside or a method. It is a method. No, it's not a method. It's a struct, boy, isn't it? It's just a thing that goes in the constructor. No. No, Captain Thrashedin. Command. Fuck. I'm so sorry. It's written here. Catch, brackets, runtime error, end brackets, curly braces, see out, 15% battery remaining. Fuck. I don't have a cable for this phone. I do have a cable for this phone. It's really small. Is this also a cable for this phone? No. It's just a thing that goes in the constructor. So they're accessing the .wat from the error. The named error, runtime error. Oh, wait, do I do it here? Div 0 error. Oh, do I do it there? Is that all I need to do? Is that all I need to do? Oh. Ooh. Is that... Is it done? Did I... Correct. No. Line 1, unresolved external symbol, public this called div 00 class. Oh no, source object. Okay, one. Take me to it. Take me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Line 1, sharp include IO stream. So this is you, buddy. This is on you. This is your code. I didn't write this. Unresolved external symbol public this called div 0 class basic string char clock standard traits char standard allocated char const and div 0 basic string char traits. Oh, Jesus Christ, how can anyone even understand what that means? Finally, man, my ISP is a mess today. I wouldn't blame your ISP if you're watching my streams. They're uncompressed because I'm not sponsored by Twitch yet. Shame. Truth, but... If you want to stream my streams in 480p, email Twitch. Tell them you need it. And I still didn't find out. I'm just going to have to plug it into my keyboard and charge it that way. I don't think we really need the phone right now anyway. It should be fine. Sure, it'll be fine. We're working on an exercise. We'll just give it a cheeky charge. I can pretty much read it from there anyway. Oh, you got disconnected. Oh, shame. We're setting up a device, Nexus. Okay, thank you. Please don't set up the device. Just charge it. Now the problem is here. Oh, okay. Okay, so it should be like... Nexus 5 is set up and ready to go. Pretty pog. Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm listening. It should be like link. Do you know that is the first time in my entire life you were looking for the link? Explicit named here we go. Struct named error public standard runtime error. We got that. We got our curly braces. Oh my god. Explicit named error const standard string and what and bracket. Okay. Oh, that's a colon. That's not a semicolon. It's meant to be a colon. That doesn't look. I'm just so used to dividing the code into .h and CPP that I only send you the .h part. This implements the constructor. Smiley faces. Yes, that's how it's called, allocation constructor or something along those lines. So don't forget the double curly braces. There. You can't see them on the enlarger. I see that. I bet it. Now it should work. This is what the last guy said. Oh, Christ. I almost spilled my coffee. I'm having a good time. Don't worry. 0. Stop right there, criminal. Someone divide 0 by 0 on my watch. That's cool. Is that cool, actually? Throw div 0, 0. Absolute muppet. That's it's fantastic. That's excellent. Thank you for the help. Well, I'm not the last guy. You are. You are not the last guy. That is correct. I'm sure I'd recognize his username if I saw it. Just a small question. Can this be in main? Can this be here? I'm a freaking C++ dev. No, I'm not. I mean, you know, maybe one day we can all be C++ devs. Well, whoa. But if you divide your code, you know, it can't be after you use it. Yes, into H and C++. Yeah, I know. We have an H file. In fact, it's actually included. So we have all this actually available to use. I did write that. Yes, it's mostly actually from the book, but I changed some of the stuff, some of the names, some of the actual things. Well, you can put that first thing you sent me there. The struct div 0 public. Oh yeah. In fact, we can put both things in there. And put only the constructor implementation. That's struct div 0 public standard runtime error. Or is that, which should look like this? I'm waiting. I'm gonna learn. if and f. Named error, constant standard string, and what? Standard runtime error, what? This doesn't seem like it's correct. I'm gonna call you on that, but I'm sure it'll work, right? But there's got to be an easier way, right? This should go in CPP. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So before I do anything there, I'm gonna delete that. And that first thing should go in H without the standard ... runtime error ... Just struct div 0. You sure? You sure it's not gonna just run like this fine? Because you know it's... Do I need to? Because it runs without it. Like, you just watch me do it, right? Have I recompiled it? Yes, I pressed F5. That compiles it, right? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it can't say Muppet phrase if it is nowhere in your code. That is in my code, though. That is there. It's in the H. Because I moved the function as well. Oh. He says, oh. Oh. I mean, like this, sure. Is that okay? Just saying if you want it to be like... correct. I mean, I want it to be correct, but... and devise the definitions and implementations. Then your classes, structs, functions, declarations go in H. And the implementations go in C++. Okay. I mean, I just thought, you know, like, if you can tell me, like, the exact point at which this wouldn't work if I had part of the code in one place and part of the code in the other place. Like, if I had the function float, divide float with the throw in the CPP still, you know what? We can just take it. It's not that it wouldn't work. Oh no. Oh. It would become problematic when the code becomes big. Okay. So constructor implementation. Constructor implementation. Google. And suddenly you need to worry a lot about in which order your definitions go. But definitions come at the top. Definitions come before all the code. Definitions. No!
Definition.
It will be compiling for hours. No, I don't want compiling for hours, but right now it's good as is. Okay. Constructor implementation versus header. Oh, ooh, oh, oh. C++. Constructor has the same name as the class itself. Constructors don't return a type. Constructor is automatically called when an object is created. If you don't specify a constructor, C++ compiler generates the default constructor for us, expects no parameters, and has an empty body. Constructor is a member func... No. Fuck off. Oh my god, pop up. Constructor is a member function of a class with initializes objects of a class. In C++, constructor is automatically called when an object instance of a class create. It is special member of function of class. Who wrote this? Constructor is different than normal members of function. Constructor is different than normal function in the following ways. Constructor has the same name as the class itself. Constructors. What are you doing? This website is pissing me off. Geeks for Geeks. Drog. Your website's shit. I'm so sorry, the information's good, but Jesus Christ, 8 things popping up in my fucking grill every second. Woo. Constructor is different. Constructor is the name. Constructor don't return a type. Constructor is automatically called when an object is created. We don't specify constructor. C++ compiler generates a default constructor for us. Expects no parameters and has an empty body. Default class name parameters. Copy class name const class old. What the flip? Default constructors. Class construct public in AAB construct A10B. What the flip is going? I'm gonna worry about that at a later date. It is almost 2 p.m. We have been doing this for almost. No, we have been doing this for more than 2 hours, so I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to hold myself back. Oh, but no. Before we do stop, let me just check that we. Thank you for closing Adobe Acrobat. Really. Oh, I hate this phone so bad. And I like it, but it's such a pain to use sometimes. It's a Google Nexus 5. It was a great phone back in the day. Just Scooby-Doo down to the exercises. Revise your program from the previous exercise. Use a try block to catch the exception. The catch clause should print a message to the user in essence, supply a new number, and repeat the code inside the try. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, shine. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, I know. I said I was gonna finish this exercise. Big promise. I'll write it in the code, in fact. So, not even as a comment, just as code. So it's even more obnoxious. So I'll remember it next time. So I've got to go. I've got to go sort some technological stuff on the premises. So I will. I'll see you boys later. Thanks for coming along to watch the live video. If you can watch the live video, thank you. NBeast1G. Oh, maybe that's it. For the follow. Thank you, Barata Toxica, for the follow. Thank you, Commander Thrashed for the help on the error message and the custom error code. Really helpful. Thank you for coming to watch the video on demand, if you came to watch the video on demand. And, as always, I will see you in the next episode.